Question of the Week from the Naked Scientists.
Hello and welcome to Question of the Week. I'm James Titko. Today's question comes in from Elaine.
Hello, thank you for all your hard work producing such a fabulous podcast. My question to you is, my mum is a thalidomide baby and as a consequence has a misshapen hand. No issues that we are aware of have been passed to my brother or myself, which seems to be the case for others in a similar situation. Why is this the case? And is there any risk of faulty genes being passed to future generations via my brother or myself? Thanks very much. Bye.
Thank you, Elaine. Thalidomide is a drug that was used to treat morning sickness and sleeping problems in pregnant women in the 1950s and early 60s. It was withdrawn late 1961 after causing severe birth differences in thousands of children around the world, including the UK, Europe, Japan, Australia and the US. The most stereotypical effect of thalidomide on the developing baby was to the arms, where it caused a loss of or a reduction in length of the long bones of the arms. But it manifested in other ways too. To tell us more and help us answer your question regarding you and your brother, Elaine, here's Neil Vargason, Professor of Developmental Biology at the University of Aberdeen.
Thanks, James. In addition to the presentation you mentioned, thalidomide could and did cause damage to most of the tissues and organs of developing babies, and the extent and severity of damage was linked to the timing of exposure to the drug. The drug causes damage to the arms, face, legs, spine, internal organs such as the gastrointestinal tract, the reproductive tract and genitals, and also the cardiovascular system. Though no two survivors have the same precise damage patterns due to the differences in the timing of exposure. But generally, the earlier in pregnancy exposure occurred, the more wide and debilitating the damage that was caused. Today we know a lot more detail about the mechanism through which thalidomide caused birth differences. Not by directly altering genes at the DNA level, but it does it by interfering with the product of these genes, causing them to misdirect the correct instructions to developing tissues and organs, and also through affecting the forming blood vessels. And together, this caused cells to die, cells to stop dividing, and the resulting tissues and organs could not form as expected, resulting in the birth differences then seen in the affected children.
So how does this mechanism relate to Elaine's question? Could differences arising from thalidomide be passed down through generations?
Since neither you nor your brother Elaine inherited a genetic mutation from thalidomide exposure, there is no increased risk of passing any faulty genes to your children. Indeed, we now know that thalidomide is not a mutagen. That is a compound that can alter DNA. It is known as a teratogen, that is a chemical from external sources, i.e. the environment, that following exposure during development causes harm to the forming baby by interfering with developmental processes like limb development. Other examples of chemicals or drugs that act on the embryo, but not by altering the DNA of genes, include alcohol and sodium valproate.
So Elaine, fortunately, there's no risk of a thalidomide survivor passing on their differences to future generations. This is because thalidomide causes differences by disrupting fetal development rather than changing DNA. Thanks to Professor Neil Vargason from the University of Aberdeen for helping us with the answer. Next time we'll be answering this one from listener Silke.
Contacting you from French Polynesia, where I'm currently living and cruising on my boat. Like many other cruisers, I collect garbage that has washed up on the shore, and my question is, what is best to do with it? The locals here in the atolls mainly burn it. The burning is done with the aid of coconut palm fronds and husk, as those are widely available. The garbage consists mainly of various types of plastic. Is this environmentally the best option to deal with it? Thank you so much. Looking forward to an answer.
If you think you know the answer, why not log on to our forum and have your say? It's nakedscientists.com/forum. And be sure to drop us a line if you have a question of your own. The address is chris@thenakedscientists.com. Until next time from me, James Titko, thanks for listening and goodbye.
Question of the Week is part of the Naked Scientists podcast. Look us up online at nakedscientists.com.